It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Walking Dead's third spinoff called World Beyond. In this video, we're going to take a look at a sneak peek that they released from Season 1. Now, we don't know if this is the premiere of Season 1 or not. It probably is, but they didn't really confirm that this is coming from the premiere. But we're going to take a look at this sneak peek and I'm going to break it down. Now, what's interesting is that they've always released trailers and teasers, so it's the first time that they're actually releasing a full extended sneak peek, which is very, very interesting. I mean, it makes sense because we're only like a couple weeks until we get to the premiere, but it's very interesting that it's the first time they're actually releasing a sneak peek from World Beyond. But in this sneak peek, we actually get a lot of different reveals about CRM, which is the same group that came in and took Rick away. If you remember, Jadis was communicating with them, she was trading with them, they came in and took Rick and Jadis away. So in this sneak peek, we actually get tons of reveals. Most of this we actually talked about and we knew ahead of time, and that was because there was an image that came out that revealed a lot, but they are finally coming out confirming this, which is very, very interesting. Now, the scene itself is a conversation between Elizabeth, who is one of the representatives of CRM, and Felix, who is one of the senior security officers of this community from the World Beyond story, which is in Omaha, Nebraska. So we have Elizabeth coming in, she shakes hands with Felix and she introduces herself. She says she is Lieutenant Colonel Elizabeth Kubler of the Civic Republic Military. So Elizabeth is not the leader of CRM, which we originally were led to believe. She's one of the lieutenant colonels of the CRM, and the CRM actually stands for Civic Republic Military. So it seems like there's this kind of large military organization that's leading a group of communities, the Omaha community being one of them. Now, one thing I do want to mention is, even though we knew that the C and the R has to be Civic Republic, I think the M part we were not really sure about, but now it's confirmed that M stands for military, so CRM is Civic Republic Military. And if we go back to this image, which came out a few months ago, and this is what we used in all of our theories regarding CRM, we can see it says Civic Republic, Portland, Omaha. So Civic Republic is the main large military organization, which is CRM. Portland, another community that is most likely going to be connected to the story arc that we're going to have coming up in The Walking Dead Season 10 after the Whispers arc is over. And the Omaha community is from the World Beyond story. And this image takes place in the same area that we see in the trailer of World Beyond, where we have one of the sisters, Iris, giving a speech. And they're celebrating Monument Day. And as we will learn in the sneak peek, Monument Day is a holiday that they have at this Omaha community. So that's pretty awesome. But then we have Felix introducing himself. He says, Felix Carlucci, Senior Security Force Officer, Camps Colony of Omaha. So, like we said, one of the communities is the community of Omaha, or Camps Colony of Omaha, as Felix calls it. Felix Carlucci is one of the senior security officers, which is a pretty awesome reveal. Now, we did speculate that Felix most likely knows about CRM or works with them, and this pretty much confirms that he does in fact know about the CRM. He may not necessarily be a part of the CRM, but he does know a lot more about them than others may. And then after Elizabeth shakes hands with Felix, she goes to shake hands with Huck, who's another character that we're gonna see. Now, we don't know the relationship or the connection that Felix and Huck have. She says, people call me Huck, long story, so there's probably a story behind why she's named Huck. They're probably gonna reveal that at some point. But the other thing I want to mention is that they're both wearing this jacket with the CRM logo on it. So that is very interesting, and it makes sense because if they are in fact security officers or senior security officers, it makes sense that they have these jackets with the logo on it because they're connected to CRM somehow. Now, I don't know whether Huck is also a senior officer or whether she's just a friend or whatever, but the fact that she's there with Felix is very interesting. But then we get a reveal that Hope, Iris' sister, is there in the back. She's watching them. And I think what we're probably seeing here is that Felix and Huck brought the teenagers, Iris, Hope, and the others along so they can see the CRM and also to go outside the community and see the real world. And I think the teenagers may have been expecting to see some higher up individuals at the CRM because they are disappointed when they hear that there's not going to be a lot of high-ranking individuals from the CRM there. And we'll get to that. But in the voiceover, Felix says, "So is it just the CRM here?" To which Elizabeth answers, "There was some talk of having some government officials join us." That's awesome. That's extremely interesting. So there is a government in place. There is still some government officials that are there in the world, at least in the United States. So that's extremely interesting, and it leads us to assume that we are probably gonna meet some of these government officials and we're gonna get more information about what the CRM is, and maybe the world is gonna get even bigger than we thought in World Beyond. And it might, in fact, connect to the Rick movies in some way. But then, like I said, Hope here is a little disappointed when she hears that there's going to be no government officials there. But we have Elizabeth continuing to say, "But Major General Bill wasn't comfortable sending civilians, and we could only spare one helicopter for the trip." So they didn't want to send civilians, referring to government officials, and they wanted to only send the military base. So that's interesting. And she says they could only spare one helicopter for the trip. So fuel is a pretty scarce resource in this universe, so you can't just send multiple helicopters, you know what I mean? But why are Elizabeth and the other CRM military personnel there? We'll get to that. But who is Major General Bill? Is Major General Bill the actual leader of CRM? That could very well be. Is he the president ruling over all of these communities? Not necessarily the president of the United States, but a president that they put in charge to rule over everyone. That could be it. But that's extremely interesting. And then Elizabeth continues to say, "So you are stuck with me as the sole representative of the Civic Republic. Your Monument Day holiday, though, is wonderful, and I feel honored to..." One thing I want to mention before continuing. So Monument Day, like we said, it seems like it's a holiday celebrated at the Omaha colony. So that's extremely interesting. And the reason why Elizabeth and the CRM military personnel are there is to celebrate this day with the Omaha colony. But then as she's talking, Hope in the back gives her the middle finger, which is pretty interesting. Now she does see it, but she pretends like she didn't, and she continues talking. She says to commemorate with you. So she's happy to be there to celebrate this day with them. And then Hope leaves right afterwards. Now, it's going to be extremely interesting to see how much more reveals we're going to have for the CRM in World Beyond. But with all of that said, I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions about this sneak peek in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.